I'll make this very clear. This first bit, I had to take a deep breath because I had to really digest whether or not I meant what I was saying here, but I do mean it. Yeah. So I'm gonna say this, and I want everybody to really listen to what I'm saying to you. I've accepted it. Luka Doncic is not from this world. There's no way at 21 years old you can be that special. Yeah. You have to be very special to get Mike Breen to get a whole new moment of double bang, not one bang, but two bangs. Yeah. So there's very few gaps in his game. He is arguably up there right now with the best players in the world. But I'm going to turn around and actually list him as to where I think he actually ranks, Ovie. And listen to this hot take. I actually think Luka Doncic is top 3 in the world right now in the NBA.
Hot take. It's easy. That's easy. That's easy. That's like,
I like it. I like it.
There might be guys who you would say could score in more ways or could do this or that. At the end of the day, Luka's a winner, man. He's a winner, and he's doing it old school. He's not doing it where he necessarily needs a team full of superstars, or he's talking about, oh, we need to recruit this guy from the east, the north, the west. No, Luka's just doing it with the team that that was built around him as he was drafted or whatnot. So I mean, what he's doing at this speed is, I don't think anyone could say they expected it. I did say earlier on in the season that the performances he was putting up at the beginning of the year, I was like, if he can keep up, well, I mean, those are MVP numbers. And now what he's doing in this postseason, like, it's unbelievable. To take on one of the favorites to win a championship without your Robin, so to speak. I mean, the kid is on a bad ankle. I mean, he's literally writing the story right now. This is without a doubt stuff that's going to be spoken about in the future when we look back on his great career. So I would say he's top 3, man. He's a winner. He's a winner.
The person I thought I was going to have to convince the most when it came to this was going to be Mo. So, BJ, I want to come to you next because in this series, I've seen him drop 19 assists. I've seen him drop 40-point triple-doubles. And now we're seeing game winners against 2 elite wings. I mean, is it time we reevaluate Luka's ceiling?
Okay, that's a very difficult, very complex question. Clearly, what we've seen thus far, we can't deny the greatness of Luka Doncic. Let's be very clear. However, we must put it into the context of this bubble or restart or whatever you want to call it, and put it in. This isn't the same NBA that we typically have watched and what we have come to watch and our standards of what the NBA is all about. Luka clearly has adapted his game, as you see so many players have adapted as life in the bubble. And that's not to take away anything that anyone has done. But when you add in what we've traditionally come to understand about the NBA, it's a different animal. It's a different beast. And Luka certainly appears to be headed in that direction where he will be MVP candidate for the rest of his career. He looks like that type of player. He'll have that type of usage rate. And more importantly, he's figured out something from when the league was first shut down there in March to now. You can see the growth in his game, but you can see the growth in a lot of players that have come back, whether that was Devin Booker. You can see it in, TJ Warren when he came back. You can see it in Donovan Mitchell, so forth and so on. And one thing's for sure about the NBA. The NBA is in good hands with these young players. These Jason Tatums, these kids are ready. I think they're ready to take the next step. And I can't tell you how excited I am about next season because you can see that these kids are taking on the responsibility. And there's one thing I want to say about Luka Doncic that to me is just amazing, is that this kid has unwavering confidence. And that to me, at 21 years of age, is probably the most impressive thing that I've seen, is that his confidence to take big shots and take big moments and take on the responsibility, whatever the challenge is, that to me speaks volume about his leadership at 21 years of age. That's incredible.
I'm running out of superlatives, Mo. Like, literally 21 years old. We've seen the greatness. We've seen the way he dictates tempo. We've seen the way he controls basketball games. And that added to the numbers. I mean, I'm just asking, should we reevaluate how we look at Luka going forward?
Well, anytime you're talking about these lists of top 3, top 5, top 10, however you want to rank it, there's so many different ways in which you could do this. You could talk about, which is the player that you'd want to build around for the future, which is the player you want on your team for a title run now, which player is the hottest at this moment in time. Because if you're looking at it as in the context of right now, Damian Lillard was top 3 last week with what he was doing. And this week, Luka Doncic is top 3 and he's not 3 because that kid has been on a mission without pausing, as we were saying, putting up 40-plus point triple-doubles, hitting game-winning shots. And it's not like he was doing it against scrubs either. He was doing it against Kawhi Leonard, the reigning finals MVP, and the man who called himself playoff P, but maybe it's playoff L now, Paul George, who's supposedly one of the best defenders in the league. So, the Mavericks have got arguably the toughest first-round matchup out of any of the teams, and they've taken on that challenge. They've been doing their thing on the court, and even if they don't win the series, the fact that they've already won 2 games and put up performances of this caliber, you're looking at a player like Luka Doncic, and you're saying to yourself, if you were a GM and you could have your pick of any player in the entire NBA to build around for your franchise, you're looking at maybe Giannis, but Luka is right up there on that list because he's 21 years old. We keep saying his age is a huge factor, but he doesn't play like he's 21. He plays like he's 31. He's making veteran plays. He's, as BJ was talking about, the confidence. He's been playing in Europe. Anyone who knows anything about European basketball, Ovie will be able to attest to this. The fans in Europe are no joke. You be in an arena, there's flares going off, there's chanting, like it's a whole nother atmosphere. So when he came to the NBA, not only because he's been playing in a men's league since he was a teenager, he sees the game a step before everyone else. He can read the plays before the defenders and the opposition even know what's going on. He's got that maturity about his game. And the pressure, he's been the EuroLeague MVP. He's been to the EuroLeague Final Four. The pressure doesn't faze him. So he's already killing it in the NBA. And now you're in a situation where there are no fans at all. So he was already focused in. Now he's laser focused with what he's trying to do. And, this kid, as BJ said, he's going to be an MVP candidate for the rest of his career. He's going to be a future Hall of Famer. I've got no doubt that the Mavericks, with Porzingis there as well, are going to be competing for titles upon titles over the next however many years that you want to put. And even if they do end up losing this series against the Clippers, nothing can be taken away from that kid, Luka Doncic. I feel like we need to come up with a nickname for him because he's too good to just be Luka Doncic. We need to give him we need to give him a name. You know what I'm saying?
He's the golden child.
He's the
golden
Pierce.
child.
Pierce is the truth. No China.
Get rid of Paul Pierce.
Have some respect to the OG. Well, we need a nickname. We need a nickname for Luka Doncic. That's what we need. The Don. Whatever it is, however you want to call him. I don't even know if there is a nickname out there that can tell you how great this kid is and how much potential he has because he's 21. Like, this is how he plays now, let alone when his game grows and grows. Like, he was in the conversation for most improved player, and he was already rookie of the year. So, first of all, I think he should have been in the conversation for MVP rather than most improved. Because if you look at what he's done for that Dallas team, if you had looked at the Dallas Mavericks 3 years ago and had said in 3 years' time, they're going to be giving the LA Clippers a hard time in the playoffs with Kawhi and Paul George, everyone would have thought you're crazy. But, they picked Doncic. Rick Carlisle's done a fantastic job. And the thing with Luka is he's making the players around him better. We're talking about Seth Curry. We're talking about Tim Hardaway. We're talking about Dorian Finney-Smith. All of these guys, there's no way that they'd be playing this well if they weren't in Rick Carlisle's system playing alongside Luka Doncic.
I think that's an agreement. I think you're putting him top 3 right now. Am I getting a nod? Am I saying a yes?
Of course. Of course. It's unquestionable.
Say no more. Say no more.